Hola y bienvenidos amigos. Hello and welcome friends. Steve here, Street Smart Travel. I recently got a notification from YouTube and it was to celebrate my 1 year anniversary on the platform. Turns out I launched the welcome video on October 24th, 2024. And YouTube reminded me of that and I thought, let me go back and take a look at that video. So I did. And a lot of the stuff I mentioned in that video is still relevant and I'm still focusing on that in the channel. The production value, i.e. this channel is not about food porn, travel porn, or production value. Those things still hold. And then I thought, okay, this is where I started out, here's where I'm at today, and here's what I'm looking at doing the next 12 months. And this video is basically about updating what the channel's about and what you can expect. Now, when I did start out, I was looking at three main things. The first, simple living. 2, early retirement. And 3, getting residency here in Ecuador. Still doing all those things. Residency, not so much a focus on the channel. That's not an area of expertise for me, and those things, the rules around those things change not infrequently. So I don't focus on that too much, but simple living and early retirement, absolutely. I also said that it wasn't so much about running away from something as it was moving toward something better. And that, when I thought about it, the ratio is probably 20% running away from a life I no longer want any part of in the West, and 80% moving towards something that I'm much happier doing. For me, that's been living on the road, basically like a gypsy, for the last 3 years. It's been awesome, right? And the more I do it, the more I want to do it. And I figured out systems and habits that essentially unlocked infinite travel. I know that's a tall claim, but I figured it out and I'm happy to share that. There's a lot of videos on the channel. If you look at the monthly budget videos, I'll break down my numbers and show you how little it costs to travel here in South America. Spoiler alert, in both September and October, I spent less than $100 per month living down here in Ecuador. No joke. I'm on track to spending about $2,000 for 2025 for the entire year, traveling, being out on the road. I mentioned another thing in that video which still holds, and this is a principle I live my life by. Bruce Lee was talking about when you encounter new information. Do 3 things. 1, take what's useful. 2, discard what isn't. And 3, add what is uniquely your own. And that applies to anything I talk about on this channel as well. This isn't a one-size-fits-all. Some of the stuff I talk about may land with you, other stuff be like, what's this guy talking about? Seriously. But take the stuff that does land with you, let go of the other stuff, and then add what works for your situation. I've been out here, like I said, for 3 years. November 17th is the beginning of year 3, and we're at November 14th as I'm filming this today. So coming up on 3 years, and like I said, I plan on doing this for a lot longer, and I've cracked the code on the finances, which is usually the choke point. And once you have enough money to be able to travel or live life however you want to, you can do it indefinitely. Again, tall claim, but I've got the proof on the channel, and I'll be going deeper on that in this coming year. I'll also be talking more about systems, freedom, and living with intention. Those will be focal points for the year ahead. I'll be going deeper on the topics that I got into when I first started the channel. I'll be talking more about discipline and systems and direction. All those things are becoming much more clear as I spend more time on the road. I'm looking at doing some more interesting travel, heading to Colombia, ideally in a month, a little over a month, and then next year looking at going to Bolivia, Uruguay, and Paraguay, and using the same systems, and ideally on a similar budget, traveling through South America, doing volunteer work in exchange for room and board, and the ability to live very simply and spend very little money. Anybody can do this stuff. I want to pay those lessons forward because the whole goal of the channel was basically to create a resource for people who wanted to get out on the road. And I wish that resource would have existed when I got on the road 3 years ago. Because I couldn't find it, I decided I will build it. And it's been a really good process. And part of the channel too is me just keeping a record of where I am and what I'm doing, almost like a video journal in a lot of ways. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, constructive or otherwise, like, please hit me up. I'd like to customize the channel to what people want to see. Having said that, for the year ahead, I've got five content pillars I'm going to focus on. One is Feel Good Friday stories, positive stories from my experiences on the road. Pillar 2, monthly budgets to break down the numbers, how much it actually costs me to be on the road. Like I said, this year I'm aiming at about $2,000 US, so under $200 a month. No joke, right? And I'm eating great, I've got great places to stay, I'm doing tours and having fun, I'm living life the way I want to live it. Way cheaper than I could ever do in Toronto or the West. Pillar number 3, street smart discipline. I'll be talking more about habits and systems that I've used and refine and continue to refine, which enable me to live simply and to be out on the road and unlock infinite travel. Pillar number 4 is about volunteering for service to others. Once I figured that out, I exchanged my labor for free room and board. That model is available across, I think, 180 different countries just with Workaway. Not the only platform, it's the one that I use and the one that I know. And on that basis, I could do this almost anywhere on Earth. And pillar number 5 is retirement. I did a 8-part series on retirement. That's on the channel. The top 8 lessons I learned in the first 3 years of being retired. So if you want to check that out, take a look. Pretty interesting stuff. Very revealing for me. I didn't take a list, oh, here's the top 10, blah, blah. No, these are my top 8. It might not be yours, but there will definitely be some overlap. I can guarantee you of that. So the point of that is to say for the next year, those are the 5 pillars I'm going to focus on to show you how I achieved infinite travel and basically freedom and more control over my life. You might not want to do world travel, but I'll give you systems that will show you here's what's possible if you stick to these systems, refine them, adapt them so they fit you, and whatever your goal is, just work towards it consistently every single day by any amount, and you'll be amazed after a month, after 6 months, after a year, how much closer you are to the goal. It's about building your own freedom. Tall claim, but I figured it out and it's working very well for me. Freedom isn't luck. It's built. It's systems, it's habits, it's knowing what you want and moving in that direction. Getting rid of things that don't serve you any longer and adding things that are getting you closer to where you want to go. That's basically how I got to where I am right now. Infinite travel. Now, infinite travel and freedom both start with a single decision. Nobody can make that decision for you. I had to decide, I'm done with the West, I'm getting out of here, I'm going to go to South America, and I figured it out as I went because I had the financial foundation in place. And once I added the volunteering piece and realized it's that cheap to travel, wow, I can do this literally indefinitely. So can you. I'm happy to share those systems and habits, hope that they serve you, but the goal again is to take what you can from these videos and adapt it to your life, to your goals, to what's important to you. I also want to say thanks to everybody who has subscribed to the channel over the past year. We have 101 subs now. 101. Thank you all for signing up. For anybody who is watching these videos and is not signed up, the hell are you waiting for? Please come join us. Hit me with any feedback, any comments, constructive or otherwise. Hey, could you do a video on this? Oh, you mentioned this in this other video, but you didn't talk about this other, whatever it is, right? If you tell me what you want, I can customize the channel to it. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you got some value out of this. This is Welcome Video 2.0. I'll look back at the first year on YouTube and a look ahead at what I plan to do in the next year. Thanks so much for stopping by. Happy trails. See you out on the road.